Delray Rawlins produced a brilliant cameo to ensure his Sussex side maintained their unbeaten record in the Vitality Blast this year as they defeated Gloucestershire by 3 wickets with 2 balls to spare in Bristol. Put in, the home team lost Miles Hammond in the second over as he failed to get the full pint off this shot off Ollie Robinson. Phil Salt completed the dismissal. Michael Klingers had a surprisingly poor tournament and he made only 7 on this occasion when he was taken behind by Alex Carey off the returning Reece Topley. Gloucestershire on 14 for 2 in the third over. Ian Cobain and James Bracey then helped the total up to 46 for 2 by the end of the power play. And the pair continued to put bat to ball in building a handy partnership which soon had the home support forgetting that tricky start. The score at 71 for 2 after 10. The standard reached 67 when Bracey on 30 holed out to David Visa off Danny Briggs, who ended his third over with the fine figures of 1 for 15. Gloucestershire had to wait until the 14th over before striking their first 6, and then 2 came along off the bat of Cobain and Ryan Higgins in the space of 4 deliveries, the batsman finally getting the better of Briggs, whose last over went for 13, the home team with the 100 on the board after 14 overs. Higgins then picked out Laurie Evans to fall for 11, Rashid Khan and fellow spinner Briggs finishing with a combined analysis of 8 overs, 2 for 54. Chris Jordan then returned to the attack to trap Jack Taylor in front for 7, leaving it to Cobain to get as many runs as he could from the final 4 overs. Having completed a 50 from 41 deliveries, he tucked into Topley. Gloucestershire were finishing their innings strongly as they needed to do. Benny Howell also clearing the rope as well to bring up the 150 with 1 over remaining. Howell fell for an impressive 28, leaving Cobain undefeated on 61, the home team having to settle for a final score of 159 for 6. Competitive certainly, but a total the Sharks would be happier with as they look to maintain their unbeaten record. For once, Salt fell early in the chase. David Payne, the relief bowler, to see the ball land in the bucket hands of Andrew Tye, the batsman on his way for 9. Tye used those buckets again, this time off his own bowling to get rid of Laurie Evans for 9. But that brought in Carey, a man in the form of his life, and back-to-back boundaries of Chris Little brought up the 50 at the end of the power play. Howell and Tom Smith then closed the scoring down before the latter gave Tye more work to do in the outfield as Luke Wright went for a patient 24. The Sharks at 70 for 3 at the halfway stage of their chase, 90 more runs needed. And it was Gloucestershire who were emerging as favourites when Little bowled Carey on 22, the home attack again benefiting from some parsimonious bowling from Howell, who'd gone for only 14 runs from 3 overs. But in his last he was hit for a 6 by Visa, leaving the Sharks 53 runs to get for the final 5 overs. Rawlins then joined the party, he going big off Tye, the target down to 44 off 4. That became 34 off 3 and Sussex were left without Visa, who was trapped in front by the excellent Payne, the batsman on his way for 37, leaving it all to do for the remaining batsmen. The Sharks needed something special from Rashid Khan now, but instead he was legged before to Tye for a golden duck, and the only undefeated run in the South Group looked over. Jordan came and went in a hurry, Payne ending with figures of 3 for 35, and that left the total on 146 for 7, 14 needed for the last 6 balls. And only 4 were required for Rawlins to become a hero. Overshadowed so far in this tournament by those around him, he timed his innings to perfection. Successive boundaries off Higgins, seeing his team over the line when only a short time earlier the game had looked to be lost. Rawlins ended undefeated on 35, those runs occupying just 17 balls. And it gave the Sharks a 3-wicket win with 2 deliveries unused, a victory which takes them to the top of the South Group ahead of their next game with Glamorgan at Hove on Tuesday. Gloucestershire have another tough game ahead in Bristol against Kent on Wednesday and really need to start winning.